Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of My Name is Mario. I'm your host, Pietro Faccio, and today I had a beautiful chance to talk to Maurizio Barbieri, who is the VP of Business Development at Tradable Bits for Asia and founder of TIFO. We have talked a lot about TIFO, this beautiful app that is a trivia for games, for sports. So a sports trivia, super interesting thing that he's founded and then are developing. I seen something and is fantastic. We talked also about a lot about NBA and media because he's an expert of those two. He was a coach of basketball. He worked for many international Italians and international medias, and he also drove together with other people the change of this media and the change we actually use sport content on TV nowadays. So I'm very happy that this conversation went the way it went, especially around the conversation, the discussion about who's the best, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. I still on my side that is Michael Jordan. He has a different opinion, but he also has a good argument for that. But anyway, so I'm not gonna cut too much of this. So have a beautiful time and let me know what you think about this episode. And if you have time and the will, please like it because the new algorithm works with the likes. So please do it and enjoy. Welcome to the next, I think it's the 11th episode of My Name is Mario. Ladies and gentlemen, Maurizio Barbieri. Woo! Sorry everyone, but I'm so excited. I've been chasing this guy for how long? For 2 months. I couldn't get a hold of him. So Maurizio, welcome to the show.
Pietro, thank you for having me. I'm sorry that it took so long, but now I'm super excited that I'm spending a little time with you, and I hope that we are going to have an amazing conversation about everything.
So interested in everything about you, what you're working on, what your past. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is a sport guy. So I'm a sport guy. If you know me, you know I'm a sport guy as well. But he is the ultimate a guru of sport. And also he's working on something amazing. So if you arrive to this 20 second, which is now sort of, stay tuned. We're gonna talk a little bit about sport, but then we're gonna talk about what he's working on, which is, in my opinion, amazing.
Maurizio Barbieri is the ultimate blend of sports prowess and geeky charm. With 15 years of experience as a professional basketball coach, Maurizio has navigated the high-stakes world of youth sectors and Serie A women's basketball. His coaching philosophy? A steadfast mentality of persistence, commitment, and finding equilibrium even when the game gets tough. This attitude has served him well off the court too. Maurizio's geek credentials are top tier: an aficionado of sci-fi cinema, a DC Comics collector, and a devoted reader of Kurt Vonnegut. He's a nerd through and through. Growing up just 2 kilometers from the Monza racetrack, he embraced the Portuguese rite of passage by attending the Grand Prix. His professional journey has been anything but traditional, and that's his strength. Maurizio's career has given him a front-row seat to some of sports history's most iconic moments, witnessing Michael Jordan's return to the NBA in 2001 and Allen Iverson's unforgettable crossover in the 2001 NBA Finals. These experiences are part of a career spent not just observing, but shaping the landscape of sports broadcasting and production. His innovative spirit has thrived under the mentorship of industry legends like Marco Bogarelli and Ricardo Silva, visionaries behind the content we consume today. Maurizio's knack for disrupting the status quo has at times clashed with those who prefer a more conventional path. However, his work with media giants like Meta and Sportradar, and his role as a digital and broadcast pioneer, underscore his belief that there's always room for groundbreaking change in the sports industry. When Maurizio isn't busy transforming sports media, you can find him soaking up the latest in sci-fi or adding to his impressive comic book collection. Dive into his world, where basketball coaching meets a love for all things nerdy and where innovative thinking drives every move.
Very interesting, Maurizio. Well, congratulations for everything that was said here. It sounds amazing.
Well, I got look, first of all, I look old because I'm old, so it's been a long, very long journey. So if you stick long enough within an industry, you see how things change. And yes, I got lucky that I witnessed some stuff that were really milestones.
Wow, jealousy because like genuine jealousy because it's you. So you've been coaching basketball. You've seen Michael Jordan or Allen Iverson. The mythical crossover of Allen Iverson, and everyone remembers Michael Jordan coming back. Oh, like all that. For me, that I'm an NBA fan, basketball, but mostly NBA fan. It's something that amazes me. So I wanted to, actually recently I was watching on Prime Video. There is this new docu series about the Lakers. Not anything that I haven't seen already or didn't know, but it's just like
Okay.
so well done with all the Bus family commenting, participating, Jeannie, Danny, so all of them talking about the legend and also the legacy that Dr. Bus wanted to establish, and I think he managed to do it, right? So and they were saying that basketball before Dr. Bus arrived was not popular, was not seen, was not watched. People were not going to the stadium. It was like the first one was baseball, football, and then I think there was something else before basket. So, and I was wondering, is that really like that?
Well, I think that it's in order to better assess what was going on, you need to remember that our media landscape was totally different. In the United States, you had only three channels. It's a limited amount of time that you can dedicate to that. Sport is expensive to produce, so it's not like it wasn't popular. It's just that it wasn't watched. And at that point, we need to look at how certain media professionals, sports professionals, and we are talking about the likes of David Stern in this case, they realized that no, I need this to be watched by many people. I need this to be a high quality affair that can be enjoyed by people in front of the TV. Especially because the sport is the best real estate for brands. The NFL 40 years ago was being played in during the winter in baseball ballparks. And now it's the number one sport in the United States at almost $20 billion per year in revenue. Basketball, they are renegotiating the new contract. And this is great because the fans are getting an amazing product. Players are getting paid finally. Let's not forget that. And there's an opportunity also for brand to be associated to something that drives adoption of technology. So
Okay.
it's true. It's true that the sport, you know, at that time, 40 years ago, I had to wake up in the middle of the night to watch
Right. Right.
NBA because again, I'm that old. My first game was a tape delayed NBA Finals between the Lakers and the Celtics, right? And in Italy, only I think in '84 they actually brought the first live game. Again, brought by
Yeah.
one of these geniuses that I had the chance to work with.
So sorry to interrupt you, but like when you said that waking up at night, so I remember. Do you remember the finals? Orlando Magic, Houston Rockets.
Yeah,
When at the time I was an Orlando fan. Well, I've always been a Lakers fan, but for when Shaq arrived For me, Shaq was Shaq. I just loved him from the very. I saw from the little bit of the college that he was playing, and he arrived in the NBA so dominant. He arrived and it was like dominant. This like this monster backing up with his ass, and I'm boom, 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 bam. For me, that was glorious, and I remember with my brother, because my brother also was a basketball fan. He was playing basketball more than I was, and then so we were waking up at 9 to watch all the 4 matches. I remember Nick the Brick, missing those. I think he missed like 3 or 4 in a row, right? Four free throws in a row.
Yes,
because he like first 2 and then second 2. Because if he just would have scored 1 out of 4, then they would have won, and probably the series would have gone different, right?
Yeah.
And I remember waking up at night. Still, though, it's in my memory how one of the most beautiful experiences of my childhood. But yeah, now it's so much better that I have NBA channel on Sky that I can watch, or can you just can sign up on the NBA.com and you have all the. It's a complete different story. But yeah, it's just when you said that, it just like. I remember this waking up and Shaq was Shaq and Shaq, and just every time.
Shaquille O'Neal is one of my favorite players. And again, now it seems like I'm bragging, but I did have the chance to see these players playing in person, right? Kobe Bryant. To make you even more jealous, I actually spoke to Kobe Bryant in Italian in Los Angeles before Game 2 of the 2001 Shaquille O'Neal, because he heard me speaking with another friend of mine, because I was covering the NBA. I was writing, pretending to. I was totally starstruck, but we were in the locker room and we are speaking in Italian. This guy can say, "What are you?" What language?
What are you saying? Which language?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, Italian? Go talk to him. And again, because the word.
So wait. Just to clarify, so Shaq says, "What language are you speaking?" You're speaking to someone else in Italian, and then he told you go speak to him, to Kobe, and then you went to Kobe. Okay, okay.
Yeah, because he speaks Italian, and when
yeah,
I was about
of course.
to coach, one of my final years, I was in between Reggio Emilia and Modena, and in that place you actually have gyms where Kobe Bryant is still on the wall because his father was playing for Reggio Emilia.
In Reggio Emilia, which, by the way, people, if you don't know where Reggio Emilia is, Italy, north of Italy, Emilia-Romagna, the place where Bologna, Ravenna, Rimini, most people know Rimini, so that region there. So in Reggio Emilia, and now maybe it's different, but I played football with Kobe Bryant.
All right.
Yes. Because Kobe, when he was 13, he was playing. Not 13, it was even younger. It was 12, I think. 8. I don't even remember. For me, I was like, I was like 11, and we were in Reggio Emilia, spending the whole like half of a season there. And then I played football with him, like behind the like the church where we were playing. So he was not that great, but still you could see like the athleticism in this boy. It was 8, and it was kicking my ass. Like I was like in speed.
I always liked the soccer. Kobe Bryant always said that soccer was a great sport. He always
always loved it.
Yeah, these are experiences that again, I still feel super lucky that I had the chance to do this. I feel like sometimes when I tell these stories, it's a little bit like I'm bragging, but in reality, look, I got this break. Like in your introduction, I wanted to combine sports, tech, and media. I got this break, and this opened up. To meet with Marco Bogarelli, Riccardo Silva. They gave me these opportunities, and that was again the beginning of a journey where we, at that time, we were the first one to create content for mobile phones. We were the first one to do live streaming of a basketball game. It was Barcelona Ulker, and it was the quarterfinals of the first edition of the EuroLeague basketball. And again, by working with these two guys, I really learned a lot. I mean, live streaming is something that you cannot live without Prime Video or Netflix. But you know, when you are the first one to do something like that, you feel like, oh my god, I'm on the moon.
I can imagine. And if I'm not mistaken, in the past you work also for Gazzetta dello Sport or not? Did you? Or did you work for Gazzetta dello Sport
No,
or
no,
not?
no.
No, no, no,
I
no. Okay.
No, we actually had this platform. It started out as a B2B2C kind of kind of approach, meaning that we were collecting statistics about
Okay.
all basketball players in Europe and sending it back to NBA teams, Division One, college teams, and so on and so forth. Right. Our first partners were. NBA teams and agents that had the chance, finally had the chance to look at all the players in real time without having to change.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
cool.
But listen, like since we, I promised this conversation, then we're talking about your app, like what you're working on, your game app, trivia, money. We're gonna talk about everything. But first, let's set the dispute at least among us, of course, because like
Yeah.
there is this thing like so it's the GOAT, GOAT, the greatest of all time. For whoever doesn't know about that, what it means, defining who's the greatest of all time. Like there is for football, so most people are thinking who's the best: Pelé, Messi, Maradona, Cristiano Ronaldo. In my opinion, there are two considerations that must be done. So for me, it's still MJ. Like, and there is no conversation, like in my opinion. But and then I can explain why, right? For me, it's if you wanna compare it also to Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. For me, Cristiano Ronaldo, it's a fantastic footballer and the type of person that my daughter does sports. She wants to do sports. She's strong. She's 5 and she's doing push-ups. She started doing push-ups. She has muscles here in the triceps on the back as a 5. She's a monster. So I'm definitely gonna push for that. But if I have to tell her copy from someone, take someone, I would say think about Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is an example of hard work. With hard work like Cristiano Ronaldo, you can become Cristiano Ronaldo. Only with hard work, in my opinion, you don't become Messi. There is another level of greatness. So if I will, obviously, and the same, for example, I would say about in the NBA for LeBron James. You want an example of someone that endure, someone that is strong, somebody that's assertive and will keep fighting regardless of whatever else happened, then it's LeBron James, 39 years old, still kicking asses. But MJ at some point he just quit because he had enough. He had enough of being the greatest. And if you still see the moves that he does today, everyone does the move that he was making. Still, 30 years later, and when he died, the tragedy that happened, I cried for 2 days. My son was looking at me like, "Is he serious? This guy is just 2 days. He's crying for this guy." So I really felt amazing for Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant definitely to me you put in the second position. But MJ was just Messi for football. It's an extra thing. And look at one thing. Just pay attention to one thing. All of them, they're great worker in NBA, so in basketball. It looks like there is no way out to be a great player if you don't work hard, unless you're Shaquille O'Neal, and then you're twice as big as the others. Boom, 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 right? We saw him doing that. Your opinion?
Yeah, no, I'm in a LeBron James camp in this case, but look, um, I just think that the metrics are just totally in favor of LBJ. Um, I understand that Michael Jordan won 6 titles, never lost a final, amazing career, and so on and so forth. I'm not sure that he decided not to continue because it was tired and so on and so forth. It was a different business at that time.
True.
I mean, we are talking about mid '90s, late '90s when he stopped, right, in '98. But he had been around for a while, and still his earnings cannot be compared to what the players are making right now, right? I mean, the NBA now you have Siakam is signing for $48 million a
Whew.
year, a
Whew.
4 year now.
Pascal Siakam, players of the. Wait a second. No, no. I was about to say Toronto Raptors. Exactly, for the Pacers.
Signing with Indiana now, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know whether it would have stuck around for that kind of money if there had been more money. But to me is just that LeBron has been around longer. He went to the finals nine years out of 10, like 8 times in a row. This is something that I mean, the Celtics did this, but when there were 14 teams. I mean,
Yeah.
the Celtics won 18 titles. Let's
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
this, right? 12 of them when Bill Russell was a player. So it was a totally different landscape, right? It was a totally different situation. Nothing takes anything away from those titles. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
be
Okay.
even though I'm a Laker fan. So I'm not happy that these guys have one title more than we do. But on the other hand, I still believe that what LeBron James is doing, what he's doing right now. You said it yourself. This guy in December of this year is going to turn 40, and he averaged the best career 3-point percentage, the best 3-point percentage of his career. He still averaged more than 32 minutes per game. He still averaged more than 20 points per game. I mean, this guy is a beast.
Absolutely.
And it's not just because of the hard work. Everybody's working at the NBA
Yeah, that's
level.
true.
There are no Balotelli around. Let's be clear. There's no Maradona around. In nowadays NBA, there's no chance that you succeed, you stay at that level without putting in the work. I think that it doesn't matter that LeBron James has only 4 titles. I think that LeBron James won, and this is my opinion, won one of the hardest titles ever in the
With the
bubble.
Cavaliers, right?
I'm talking about the one in the bubble with the Lakers.
Okay.
Leave aside the 2016, the comeback, right? That
Yeah.
is totally unheard of. I think that people discount the fact that the bubble was a massive disruption. By the way, they were living in a resort, they were doing fine, and so on and so forth. But these players are used to certain routines. They like doing certain things, and for 3 months, these guys literally hunker down. And at the end of the day, why are we saying that it's not worth it? These guys,
No, but that's BS.
So to me, these are my 5, right? And I'm happy that almost all of them played for the Lakers. That's great. So to me, is LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant,
Sure.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and
Magic. Okay. On everything you said, at least I still feel that the fact that he's still 40 and he's still doing good, it just does not give me enough. For me, I'm just think, but maybe we can differentiate. I just think that the excellence.
You're wrong. It's okay. There's no shame in being wrong.
Never been wrong in my life.
But first time for everything in this case. Not a problem.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know that Gabriele, a friend of ours, would disagree. He's with me with Michael Jordan. The level of greatness to do that, and also the LBJ, different than Michael Jordan, has the prowess and the power, strength that Michael
Yeah,
didn't
sure. I mean,
have,
it's bigger and
and that
it's
helped him a lot, right?
yeah.
So,
You
but
shouldn't. You shouldn't hold that against him. That's it.
where are you right now? Where are you? Where do you live? Where do you live? Where are you currently? Because you're always traveling. That was my problem with you. You're always
Uh,
traveling. So where are you now?
no, I moved to Asia in 2008, Singapore to be accurate. I've been in this part of the world since then. Tried to do my own things that didn't pan out, but live and learn. Uh, and especially you meet people that maybe can open other doors. I ended up building some cool stuff for Samsung when Samsung was trying to
Yeah.
do to compete in the content services space with Apple. But then, of course, these guys are engineers. Like, nope, let's build phones that explode. And then, well, it's true. Then, yeah, after getting scammed in the world of gaming for a year, and that was a bad experience. But I did manage to work at one of my favorite companies ever before Elon Musk bought it, which was Twitter, and that was fun. I really enjoyed. Leaving aside the people, some people are good, some people are bad. That's everywhere. But being able to be part of this global sports narrative conversation that
Yeah.
are all happening. It was just fun.
And so now you live in Singapore.
Yeah.
I think it must be nine now. So the reason why I'm asking is just because I just don't know anymore. But um, so I would like to segue a little bit into what you're working on now, which is by all means, this is the most. No, no, wait. I'm about to say no. Don't want. I want to say is the most interesting thing about you, but it's not actually the most interesting thing about you is your past and your passion for basketball. But one day we really need to see it and have a nice dinner. Like the next time you're in
Yeah,
Europe, let's try
let's
to
do it
organize it.
seriously.
So Maurizio is working on a game app called TIFO. TIFO, TIFO, TIFO in Italian, it means supporting a team, rooting for a team, right? So that's for io tifo Juventus. I root for Juventus, right? And this in this app, this is what I understood, and then you will tell me more. You can it's a trivia game, right? It's a trivia game
Yeah.
where people can, of course, they need to download the app, and then they can participate and they can win real money. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Let me, if you don't mind, let me reframe it
No,
a little bit
go
so
look.
that we have all the whole picture, right? So first of all, TIFO, yes, TIFO is a game, and it's the fruit of too many nights spent alone thinking about what you don't like, what you like, the people that are bothering you, and all the frustrations that come with working in an industry where you would like to have an impact. You would like to make improvements, but sometimes you just can't, right? So now I think that we have all the tools that, if you want, your idea can be built, and you can put some resources, time, and see where it goes. But TIFO is actually TIFO is the name of the disease that makes you crazy, right? With fever and makes you so. Typhoid fever is what makes you insane, and that's why they call the tifosi the ones that are
No,
insane because of that.
really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why this way. So I'm Italian. Didn't know that.
Well, typhoid
Huh?
is a disease.
No, I know the disease, but I didn't know there were. related those two words. Okay, thank you.
Speaking, we are not giving prize money in app, but what we are building is an ecosystem of esports players that know their stuff about sports trivia. And then, based on how good the game is, how well the game performs, meaning we have enough money, we as a company, we as a team, our goal is, as long as the bills are paid, we want to give everything back to the community. So if we have $1 million that can be given for a tournament, let's give it to the players. We are building, and I'm very grateful that the team, the people that I met to make this idea a reality, they are totally supportive of this approach. And we are transparent with the community. We once the game launches in full again, and my approach is more about, you guys play. I don't want to interfere. I don't want to do anything. When the game launches, we are going to be transparent also on about how well we are doing. Are we making $1,000 a day in advertising? Cool. The community must.
Then to participate, they need to put money.
No, it's free. So
how do you generate money then?
Advertising and in-app purchases. So, but that's the
okay.
kind of KPI that, not KPI, sorry, the metric that I'm going to share with the community. So we are not changing anything. Actually, if I may, I'm gonna add a little bit about the engagement part of TIFO that was built into the game for sports IPs. But we are building a game that is exactly like Candy Crush. It's exactly like Clash of Clans. It's exactly, the business model is advertising in-app purchases, right? The more time you spend, the more money I'm gonna make from advertising. The more money you spend to buy cards and boosters and so on and so forth, the more money I'm gonna make from in-app purchases. Now, you combine these two revenue streams. Once we paid our salaries, our bills, our tech, our everything, marketing, all this kind of stuff, then there's a surplus. That, of course, some of it we can keep. But, and now I don't want to sound too communist in this scenario, but
you can.
But the idea is that who's doing all the work, all the labor to make a game successful? Two sets of people: the developers, not the managers, not the CEO, not the marketers, the developers, and the players. And now we know already that the developers are getting effed more often than not, right? Because all the other people, the managers, the CEOs, the marketers, the whatever, they're like, oh, we are in crunch time, 12 hours a day, 18 hours a day, 24 hours a day, work. In the meantime, they have $700 million in the bank. But these guys are not getting paid, right? And then you have the players that help generating this $700 million in the bank. That because they are happy on trading time and money for the excitement of playing the game, they are like, okay, but the esports side of things, these guys are excluded. You, John Doe, you cannot play a Counter-Strike tournament that is officially sanctioned because you're not part of an esports organization. Yeah. You're not. You are not allowed to make money from your prowess, to use the term that you like for LBJ, from being a good player on Counter-Strike, for instance, right? So on TIFO instead is, wow, you know everything about the NBA. You know what? If we are doing well enough, I'm going to organize internally a tournament so that Pietro and other 10,000 people can compete for the crown of the nerdiest NBA tifoso in the world, and you go home with $200,000
Okay.
because I
It's
can afford it, because it's you deserve it. You deserve it because thanks to you and the other 100,000 Pietros, we managed to have this $200,000 that I can give to you. That's what we are doing.
yeah.
The other thing that we are building, and this is also something interesting because I think that there are companies that are looking at this. I'm working for one, for instance, right? There's this engagement bit that not many not many organizations are really grasping to the core. So you are a Juventus fan, I'm an Inter fan, somebody else is a Manchester City fan, and so on and so forth. So it's always expensive being able to reach out to you to extract more value from you and so on and so forth, right? So sometimes uh, these organizations, they do the bare minimum, or they actually ask somebody else to do it for them. Give me money, I'll give you the opportunity to being my audience, and then we go on a revenue sharing basis, that kind of stuff. TIFO instead is built, and by the way, just to give an idea, that TIFO, again, it's a mix of Candy Crush, Fortnite, and chess.com, right? So a saga mode where you really play against yourself and try to find, and to me, to learn about the sports that you like. Fortnite, because you play against a bunch of people and only one stays alive at the end. And that's where you get the payout, because, and chess, because there's a dual component, me versus you, and I want friends that play against me, and so on and so forth, and that's, to me, super cool. But there's also the opportunity that we were so the idea here is that let's say that you are Juventus, let's say that you are
Yeah.
Inter, let's say that you are Manchester City. I do want to work with you guys. I do want to have the opportunity to tap your audience, but I don't want you to build something ad hoc. I want you to build something within TIFO, because at the end of the day, we are all tifosi. And I think that the name is also
Yeah.
cool because the players are tifosi, right? Our
Yeah.
players are
Yeah.
tifosi and they are playing tifo, right? So the idea here is Manchester City, don't spend money to build an extra app. Don't spend money to build an extra layer so that you need.
Okay.
Just build a tournament within TIFO, promote it to your fans. I'm gonna give the rewards. I'm gonna keep them in that. You can create your own Etihad on the map, right? And we want to be able to activate that one step at a time.
Okay.
I know that major. I know that major sports IPs are always, okay, give me money right now, and then I will help you. But my, one the way we framed it with the team was TAS, TIFO as a service. Just send me your login and password. I'll give you all the tools so that you can personalize the game as you see fit. Push
And
it.
then
It's all part of one community. You can have a community. Manchester City fans challenging Manchester United fans, right? And they compete.
okay. Ooh, that's actually, I didn't think about it, but that sounds like very interesting. Like two opposing team, like two rivalries playing
Yeah,
against each other.
we have a bunch of in the community. You have a bunch of fans that are doing certain things, and they are doing another
Yeah.
thing, and so on and so forth.
And I guess, and I guess you're looking for investors also at this point, right?
We are, yes, because again, it's expensive to market it and run it. But yeah, look, I think that there are also opportunities to reach out to communities, right? And not
Mm,
necessarily the investors. So one of the ideas that we worked on, and again, I'm using we not because I'm the king, but because it's a team, and we always discuss this. So one of the things that we will soon launch is actually this idea of the TIFO club. You know, you are in a clubhouse, so you are part of a community, and we are going to launch a collection of NFTs that will give you rewards both on the game, meaning $50, but I'm giving you $500 worth of cards, $1,000 worth of cards, right? But also the opportunity to leverage blockchain technology for rewards on chain, right? Airdrops, collections with other NFTs, collections, signed
yeah.
memorabilia. The more you play, the higher points your NFT gets.
Okay.
You move like in real life, in real sports life. You are a rookie, you become a pro, you become a superstar, and you become a legend, right? Because it's you showing that you know your stuff. You are not simply tapping on a screen, you are not farming, you need to play the game. But the blockchain component is more on the reward and technology side of things.
Okay.
The game
Okay.
needs to be fun, not just
No,
spending
true.
times pressing the screen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, well, it sounds well. If you're looking for investors, as we know, if anyone is listening and is looking for like a cool app, woo! I almost like let everything calm down, like and fall. But anyway, if you're looking for, I know you're looking for investors. So if someone is interested, of course, reach
Yes,
out to
also
Maurizio.
partners, yes.
The name is written somewhere. I don't know how it's gonna be the final thing here. Maurizio Barbieri. You can find it on LinkedIn and you can write him something, or I can leave something. You can contact me somehow, and then I will link you to Maurizio. Maurizio, TIFO. I think like I wanted to also to ask you something else because already it's 53 minutes. I will have to do some cutting, and then I need to ask you also about tradable bits, right?
Yes, of
Because
course.
that seems like you're very an expert on Web3, NFTs, all this type of things, and you want to give. I like this. What you say, like communistic feeling of giving back to the people. It's not has nothing to do, of course. Like let's use it like as a, but like it's
No,
just
no,
giving back. There's nothing
I
to
don't.
do.
I don't feel ashamed when I say socialism, communism,
Well,
and
absolutely. We're not
go
Americans,
for
so
it.
exactly. So for the moment being, this works. But I also know that you work for Tradable Bits. And I would like you. You have like 2 minutes to tell me what you guys are working on. What's the intent of the? Just please go. Sorry.
No, no. Look, I really appreciate the opportunity because I think that Tradable Bits is a, is a platform that I had no idea up until November last year. I got lucky again. I met with a friend of mine that I had known for ages, and this is basically a CRM fun engagement platform. Again, we are going back to the engagement part, right? You cannot just entertain people. You need to engage them. You
Yeah.
need to know them. You
Yeah.
need to be able to talk to them. And the beauty of Tradable Bits is exactly that. It gives you this opportunity to be super fast in creating engagement campaigns so that you can collect the first party data and use this data to keep on retargeting people. You can have better marketing campaign, you have better results. You are even creating new digital real estate that you can sell to your sponsors, to your advertisers, and so on and so forth. The the thing is that so I am I'm working with broadcasters, sports organization in this part of the world. We are doing some amazing stuff, both digitally but also physically. I mean, you are at Melbourne at the stadium, 90,000 people. You see a QR code, you scan it. The first one to answer a couple of trivia questions again, because trivia is to me, trivia is the lowest. Way, the fastest way to elicit a response. Either you know it or you don't, right? But if the question is easy enough, you are going to have 90,000 people answering the question. The first one that gets it right, boom, 2 tickets for next game. So we are driving that, and it's great. My only, my only not concern. I'm a little bit saddened that sometimes the industry, and that's because in sports you train to do always the things that you know you can deliver, right? You train. You don't take a 3-pointer if you suck from behind the arc. Right? You train to make sure that you do that right when it matters. So I feel like sometimes the sports industry, because there's so much money at stake, and the gaming industry, there's so much money at stake that we don't want to change. We don't want to, upset the status quo. We don't want to do things that might blow up in our face. My manager yells at me, and so on and so forth. But I think that we are getting there.
Um, thank you 1 million times for anyone. So thank you for coming to the show. To my name is Mario. I really wanted to have this conversation. I really had fun having this conversation. Really proper fun, because we talk about like some things that I really like. Sports is my life, so it was entertaining. So thank you for coming to the show. But unfortunately, this is all the time we have for today. Thank you for coming. And do you want to say like one last word to the basket fan, or to anyone who's listening to the podcast?
The only thing that I want to say is thank you 1,000 times for having me on. I mean, I like talking about sports, tech, and media. So I hope that this is going to be as fun for the watchers as much as it was fun for
For
me to
us, yeah.
be able to talk to you, and hopefully we'll have a second round in person soon.
Yes. Thank you very much, Maurizio. Thank you for all the listeners and watchers. I see you next time. Watch this one and like it, subscribe or like it. Now actually the algorithm changed, so you need to like it. That's the only thing that matters now. If you want, if you don't want to, who cares? Goodbye.
Bye guys, ciao.